I'm never bored. For better, for worse. Sometimes I wish I was bored, more bored, but there's just a lot of different things going on, and you're constantly learning new things outside. And yeah, just being stimulated mentally and physically. Just, that's really, I feel really fortunate to be in a situation where I can constantly be adapting and growing like that and not feel stuck. So my name is Ben Rooney. I am, I guess, the farm manager here at Wild Folk Farm. I've been managing this farm for 2.5 years. People ask me a lot, why'd you end up in Maine? Did you grow up on a farm, or did you grow up somewhere? And I guess like a lot of farmers in Maine, I'm actually from suburbia outside of Maine. Most young farmers who are coming to Maine now to farm are suburban, wealthy raised folks from different parts of the country, which just speaks to kind of these reactionary movements. Maybe we're being less actionary and more reactionary, that, we're just we go one extreme to the suburbs, and now we're going to kind of back to the lands. It feels like that extreme went way too far. I think that's why there are so many people trying to get more in balance with some things. It seems like things got a little out of balance.
Vinyl Cafe, and today on the show I'm going to tell you the story of my friend Josh.
Maine has definitely become my home. My family still lives in the Midwest, but it was that Colby summit after that I really had some formative years that kind of feel, like the really formative years, and that was in Maine. That was when I was learning about the ecology here and learning about the woods here, and maybe if I learned about those things somewhere else I would fall in love with them there, but I learned about them here and really, just had a strong connection with ecology and with the species from here and playing in the woods. And so it's kind of like when you're younger, I don't know, the quintessential hot dog for me at hamburger are these hot dog and hamburger stands that I discovered when I was young. I discovered the woods really in Maine, and so the quintessential idea of being out in nature and being in the woods is what's around here. It was overwhelming thinking about big picture environmental and social issues, but smaller picture can still be really overwhelming. And to not be from here, it can be difficult. Some conflict and a lot of just different thoughts kind of arise from, are we inputting our views? Are we offering ways for people to connect with us? Are we going to totally change this area? So I think that's happening a lot in the state, and that there's a lot of cultures connecting, but you're trying to connect, maybe not have a melting pot, maybe not have clashing, and there can be, it's just something that I at least feel sensitive about, that I'm not from here, and trying to connect with the rural culture that is here, but understanding that I come from a very different socioeconomic background than most people in the state. Our long-term goal the next 5 years or so is to set up an intentional community. For me, an intentional community is the line where ownership really is taken out and there's a lot less ego involved. So there's not as a lot of, there can be power dynamics, but there's some sort of intention reached by a few people, multiple people, and they have shared ownership of this project that they're on, and they have shared power in terms of how decision is made. You gonna want a hand with this part?
Probably.
And then socially, we're trying to create vibrant communal structures out here as well and help those prosper. And in the summer, there's a lot of stuff to do on the farm, and time and distance kind of become similar, and you don't have a lot of time, and you can't go see your friends who are far away, which in this part of the state, that's definitely the case. And I want my friends close. I want people that I care about to be close. So we can't still network with people far away, but we can have this close group, kind of this home where I feel connected. So those two reasons for me are big as to why I want an intentional community or a strong community out here. So I want to be living with people that I'm close to, and I want to be working with them too. And there's all sorts of different ways that people can work together. And for an agrarian community, it makes sense because a lot of times communities are trying to separate themselves from different governing structures. If you can grow your own food, well, there's a lot of power in that. And if you're on a piece of land and you're building your own housing, you're really starting to enter into the realm of governing yourself. Kind of day to day when I wake up, it feels normal. Because I guess that feels like I've been doing this for a little bit now, where it's very easy to just feel totally insular here, and so the whole time thing takes a different form. So it's when I leave, it's when I'm in other places that I think about, oh, I'm not making a fire today, or I'm not doing these things, and I get really grateful when I think about that.